following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, and Newy Scruggs.
It is the Players Lounge. It is a homecoming because finally, it's like the Rock. Finally, Danny McCray has come back to the Players.
Players Lounge. Listen, get my boy back in this thing. I'm shedding a tear, man. I appreciate the warm welcome, man.
The crew is back.
The warm welcome. I had to go on the hiatus, man. You know, I need some time to myself, so I appreciate y'all holding it down for me. Okay. But the man is back.
The crew is back.
And I come back in here, and we got some stuff to talk about with this draft.
Okay.
We
want to know. Good.
The people want to know.
Yes.
You know, the people want to know what McCray think about you. They already know what I think. They already know what Newy thinks. What does McCray think about what the Cowboys have done with all these draft picks?
By the way, this is the Players Lounge.
Oh, yeah, let's throw that in there. Yeah,
he is Danny McCray, who's been on assignment. He's finally back. He's Barry Church. By the way, they are both former Dallas Cowboys safeties. I'm Newy Scruggs, longtime Cowboys reporter. So, yes, we have said right here on the DallasCowboys.com radio network what we have felt about the draft. You weren't around. So, go ahead.
Yeah, look, I honestly wanted us to go get an offensive tackle. And everybody knows the reasons why. Health has been a huge issue, right tackle and left tackle. Quarterback broke his ankle last year. You'd think that we try to put up a wall to get him some protection so he's not running all over the place and we have to worry about him getting injured. Didn't we just pay him 160 M's?
Reports say Tyron Smith looks like 2011 Tyron Smith. That's what they saying.
Bro, you've been around the game long enough.
I'm just letting you know. That's what they saying.
You've been around the game long enough to know that don't mean nothing. Man don't have no pads on.
Hey, same with Collins. That's what they saying. Go ahead, brother. That's what they saying.
I'm not going to say what I heard about it. People out of shape. That's what I heard.
Ooh.
But so we end up getting a linebacker in the first round, which is confusing. But I know the two corners that we had on our board were already gone. So I know you guys are super disappointed
in
the fact that we didn't get those two guys. But we did get a linebacker. He ran 4.3. Mm-hmm. So
Micah Parsons.
He's got some ability. I am wondering whose spot he's going to be taking because we'll be in a lot of nickel and there won't be a lot of three linebacker sets going on. So either Jalen or my man Vander Esch is going to be on that pond somewhere. So we're going to find out who that is. We got us a cornerback in the second. That worries me just because we got a second-year corner on one side, and I feel like they're almost going to force this other guy, Joseph, to be a starter midway through the season.
SEC?
Tiger.
What that got to do with anything?
I'm just saying.
You always pumping up LSU?
This is true.
He went to Kentucky.
He started at LSU.
He went.
This is true.
And then he went to Kentucky.
He was invited. He was invited to leave. My first thought is, brother, you got to be you got to be a problem when LSU tell you to go ahead and go. Yeah, when LSU say, "Hey man, you too hot for us, bro. We may want to go on down the road."
We'll hold on to you. We'll hold on to you.
Makes me want to know what. Can I see the inside report? What really happened when they said, "Hey, man, thanks, but you too hot for us."
My man, he couldn't cut it. But I'm just saying, it worries me just because if they do force him into that role, you got two young guys out there. And no true, really true veteran leadership in the cornerback locker room. So that worries me. We got some more D linemen. I was surprised that we didn't really get some really high impact defensive tackles.
Okay.
Because we talked about that as well. So I'm trying to figure out where that is. Are we going to pick up somebody in free agency late? What is going on with that? Because I feel like the key positions that we needed to help in, we really didn't get that taken care of. With top-notch players.
This is true.
So maybe these guys are paying out. We did get a lineman in the fourth round. Yay. We got him. Yay.
You weren't happy with that? You did not like that fourth round?
I mean,
tackle.
listen. We finally got one. So yeah, I'm glad we got somebody to possibly back up Tyron and Lael, because if history says anything, then one of them is going to be missing some games.
And we added an extra game.
Yeah. So y'all just making it worse.
Hey, I'm just saying.
There's a great LSU guy on the squad. All right?
Great.
It's two.
Huh?
It's two types.
We got Jabril Cox. All right?
Jabril Cox.
And I feel like he's going to be one of those ball hawking guys who can get those interceptions and cause those fumbles once he picks up the speed of the game. It's going to be a little different. Give him some time, and I think he's going to be one of those guys.
Is he going to see the field this year?
I think he will see the field this year
on special teams. I'm about to say,
I think he'll see the field on special teams. And 17 games he might get in and have some special packages for him. But I'm always going for LSU guys, so I think he's going to make some plays. Other than that, it is what it is. I hope these guys can make some noise, but I'm really worried about our right and left tackle still.
Let me address.
Here he goes.
The tackle.
Here he goes.
Okay.
Should I take my jacket off?
I think so.
I would. We're going to be here a minute. Go on now.
Let me cut off my jacket.
So, Penei Sewell, as you and I spoke, wasn't going to be there. Wasn't there. Okay, so he's now gone. The next highly rated tackle is Rashawn Slater from Northwestern, who has short arms. In the Cowboys system, Slater is a guard. Were you willing to take a guard at 12? Because that's what they were going to do. Okay, his arms were either the same or shorter than Zach Martin's, and Zach Martin was an All-American left tackle at Notre Dame, and the Cowboys kicked him inside.
I mean, that's absolutely fine, but here we go with that draft stuff. The hand size, this size, that size. The man played tackle. He is up in the first round because he's good with his footwork and his ability to have that anchor when somebody is rushing down the middle of
What do we keep talking about consistently? They talk about
the health of the offensive tackle.
The scheme of what they do. In the Cowboys scheme, and I got to give the Cowboys credit here, okay? Last 15 years, they have done a very good job identifying offensive linemen and getting people in here who can play the way they want.
Oh, hold on now. Because when Tyron and Lael go down, the offensive linemen that they've been picking to come in there.
They came together a little bit. Towards the end, they came together a little bit.
I still see Adrian Claiborne rushing. He's still getting sacks. I still see him get sacked.
Can I address that too?
That was years ago.
Let's go back.
That was years ago.
I want to address that.
Barry last year was just talking about these guys that was coming in talking about, hey, man, if Kellen don't get him some help and get some chips and some tight ends over there.
That was coaching.
Huh?
That was coaching.
But that was also their ability to block or their lack thereof that needed them.
They left them out the dry.
That Atlanta game is one of those where I looked at Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan, and I was just hot because this came down to coaching. So Tyron's out of the game. Okay, you're going to throw Chaz Green out there. And Chaz Green, yes, he was getting beat to a drum. But they left him out there one-on-one.
With some chips.
At the end of the day, I can't sit around here and ask you to go beat Tyron, and you're not. Help this man. And then once you saw he had the 2 sacks, why are you still sitting here letting him go one-on-one? What was their idea?
Get 6 out
you know what? Chaz Green, you go sit on the bench. Byron Bell, you come on here.
And
third
get you another
stringer.
3. Get you another 3.
Let's get this right now. Let's get this
Coaching.
right.
That's why your man's not here anymore.
If you are a backup, nobody's asking you to be Tyron Smith. They asking you to go out there and at least get in the man's way. How many sacks did Adrian Claiborne have before he met up with Chaz Green and Bell?
I don't know. That was years ago.
Probably zero. The man he's still playing because of that game. I just saw him with the Browns. The man still got the dreads. He's still running around here making money based off what he did to us.
But were the guys that were here last year at the tackle positions that came in, they substituted in, were they as bad as Bell?
But what is your job as a coach?
You can't get that bad.
I love Doug Collins, and I always remember a conversation I had with Doug Collins and several other people before an NBA game. And he says, your job as a coach is to understand the warts of your football team, the warts of your team, and cover them up. What you saw when Tyron Smith went out, you saw the wart. The wart was Chaz Green is not a dude who can handle Claiborne one-on-one. You didn't help the guy out. And it was something that I had a conversation with, and after they had long got rid of Chaz Green, I talked to Tyron Smith. He missed another game maybe 2 years ago. It was afterwards. I said, Tyron, why do they not gives these guys help when you're not playing. He said, it's just our system. It's what we do. And see, to me, who gives a frog's fat rear end if you got 4 dudes and a wide receiver in the pattern if your left tackle is getting beat to a drum? Help this man. Put a tight end, do something. So to me, that was a coaching malfeasance. When I know you can't go do it, don't go do it. Okay? It's not good.
Did we continue to do the same thing last year when Jason Garrett was gone? Did we sit here on this show and say, hey, man, why are they not helping these dudes? If they go out this next game and they don't chip this dude, put a tight end over there and hit him with a running back, put the running back on the same side, then it's crazy.
Did I complain about that too?
So
I complained about that too.
I'm just saying.
I complained about that too. I'm still complaining.
Exactly. So we still got the same thing going on. We talking about system. The Cowboys system. That's how you started up.
Rashawn Slater doesn't fit it.
That's how you started up.
Because they would have kicked him in that guard anyway.
He's a guard.
And that would have helped our tackle situation.
You should try him out at tackle.
But
you drafted him at somebody's arm short.
But what if he didn't beat out Tyron or Lael? And so he's not going to have to.
He's not going to have to beat out either one of them.
He's a guard.
He's not going to have to beat out either one of them.
He's a guard. They going to last.
One of them dudes ain't last.
They going to last. All right. So. Tyron Smith is 2011 right now. He's 2011 Smith right now. All right?
He's 2011 Smith. He's 21 again. I bet you wish you go back and be 2011 Newy, huh?
You know what, man?
No, you ain't seen the picture with that vest on. Yeah. Did you see that picture with the vest? Oh, man.
That wasn't 2011 Newy. That wasn't even 2011.
That was 96. That was 96.
That was
did he have hair?
Yeah, he had waves. He had waves going, and he had the vest.
It was not really
somebody with the flash on or something because it made it look like a construction vest. You know. Let's get back to it, man. Let's get back. Oh, man. Put it on the camera.
No.
Put it on the camera.
No, we don't need to do that. It was already on NBA TV. If you missed it, you missed it.
Well, you look heavy.
No, you know, look, I'm fat. Look like a Oompa Loompa up in here.
You got that Calvin Murphy.
Yeah, that was during the last dance.
Hey, look how bad. I don't know who cut my hair and I actually paid for that cut.
Put a mountain.
Right.
Can we let him see? Can we let him see?
I'm good enough, man. This is good enough. It's good enough.
All right.
Let's get back to it. That wasn't even 2011, my man. That was 1996 at the Kobe Bryant press conference.
So how do we feel about Kelvin Joseph?
Overall?
Yeah.
Questions.
There's definitely questions. Yeah. But my biggest concern and my biggest question about it is he got the same type of body build, and we talked about this before. He got the same type of body build as a Anthony Brown or a Jay Lou. And nothing against those guys, but I feel like that type of body build is or you got to put that at the nickel position. You got to leave that at the nickel position. Because on the outside, I haven't seen it. Not to say that they can't do it, but I just haven't seen someone with that kind of body build, that size, 5'11", I think he's 5'11", $180, $190, be out there and have success. I mean, the receivers are just too big out here. I think you need a Trayvon Diggs type body out there to make this defense go. But that's just me talking to, that's just me, just my thoughts. But that's the thing that bothers me a little bit about this. I think he could be a dog on the inside. I'm not sure about the outside.
Are they going to? Is he going to be starting opposite of Trayvon Diggs midway through the season? Will he be starting by the end of the year?
By the end of the year, at one of those positions, either nickel or outside, I think he will, because they haven't addressed that outside corner, I think, yet, as far as the draft and free agency is concerned. So I think he'll be out there, at least maybe midway through the season. I think he'll be out there.
That's scary.
It's a young secondary.
I love Dan Quinn, man. Listen, I told you, I was hoping that the dude got here, and he got some players on defense, but them cornerbacks, man, I'm still worried. You really gonna have to have some really serious pass rush, and everybody's gonna they're gonna have to be working together, all on the same accord.
And look, this is legitimate. I mean, what you're saying and being worried, and not just about the corners, it's about this whole doggone defense, okay? I mean, people talk about, the Cowboys, they're gonna be that they should win the East. No, there's still defensive questions here. The hope, to me, is come June 1st, because there are teams who have serious issues with their cap, that maybe you can find some help and get a veteran player in free agency. And I just like to think they're not done. That's kind of my feeling right now. They're not done. Last year, who'd have thought you'd seen Everson Griffin get on the market? Now, it didn't work out, but at the time, we're sitting here thinking, hey, here's a guy who could come in here and help, who knew that Mike Nolan would be as bad as Mike Nolan was. And it was so bad, Griffin went to them, can you trade me? Because I need to get my sacks because I'm trying to get paid. But So I just think that there's still an opportunity to see what else can happen out there. My question with Joseph is the concern, when people talk about the character concern of how much do you love this? And you guys have played this game. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of talented people that come in this league, but how many of them love it? Years ago, they brought in Dwayne Goodrich, who was a part of that Tennessee team that won the championship in 1998. He was a defensive player of the year. They got him in the second round. And lo and behold, Goody just didn't love football. He liked being a Cowboy, spent way too much time, out at night, and ended up leaving a strip club, hit a guy in the middle of the of 183 and drove home and left the guy there to die, and they ended up, it was bad. Career over.
Stay off Northwest Highway, bro.
But overall, Goody just didn't love football. Wasn't that he could play, and you guys have been around him. Mm-hmm. So that's the question. Everybody will tell you, Joseph's got talent. You don't go to LSU and play as much as he did if you can't play.
Yeah,
you don't. But when LSU says, "Hey, man, thank you," and then Kentucky's here, then you missed the last 2 games of Kentucky, and then I'm hearing conflicting things. Someone here at the Star told me, "Hey, look, we got great reports from Mark Stoops, the head coach of Kentucky." Then I've heard other people who aren't at the Star say, Stoops was like, "Man, don't sit up around here and deal with this dude." Then I've heard someone else say, LSU people call somebody at the Star like, "What are you doing?" So... And look, Kelvin has heard these things, and he's posted about, hey, people didn't think they'd see this day with me. So this is a great challenge to the player. Can you be and live up to everything that you can? There's talent there. You guys know it's here that counts, man. And that's the thing, because they got a bunch of dudes that they took in this draft where you say, huh? The 4th round pick, the offensive tackle, Josh Ball.
He's definitely has some issues. He definitely has some off-field issues.
He's 6'8", 300 pounds, and he fits the way the Cowboys like their linemen.
Long arms, everything.
This is not some fat, slobby dude. I mean, this is a guy that's got he has that potential.
Mm-hmm.
But he slipped because of his off-the-field issues, right?
Yeah, kicked out of Florida State.
Once again, when Florida State tells you to go ahead and go on bye-bye, that's a problem. Really, Florida State? You too hot for Florida State?
Hold on now, but the history of the Cowboys is we don't care. Nobody is too hot. Nobody is too hot.
Yeah, and I asked Jerry about that. Before the draft, I specifically asked Jerry about it because Parcells was all about Parcells. When he came and said, I don't have time for the thugs. I got no time for bad guys. I want people with high character. So he drafted a lot of guys like a Kevin Burnett, a Jason Witten, guys who are captains and leaders for their football teams. I mean, he wanted those kinds of guys. Mm-hmm. And I asked Jerry about Parcells, and Jerry basically kind of said, yeah, you're right. You want that. That was Parcells' thing. But at the end of the day, Jerry just wants some ballers. Yeah. So the kid, Josh Ball, looks, and you were out there, you saw him.
He looks good.
He looks like he has the kind of body who could be a starter. But Florida State told the league because he had 10, 11 incidents of domestic violence with the girlfriend. Now, he went to Marshall. You didn't hear anything at all. Yeah. He had no incidents. And if he did, apparently they kept him down. So you're now wondering, all right, what are you going to get out of him? When he had his interviews with 105.3 The Fan, and then he did his media call, he was asked about it, and he was trying to brush it off. Like, no, bro, you have to answer for this. People want to know who are they getting. The Cowboys. And I asked Jerry about it. Hey, man, what are you doing? And they said, guys are young men and they make mistakes, and they believe that they're going to be okay. But
so he did it.
He says he's a better person.
I mean, it can go 2 ways.
You hit him beating up on girls, bro. You ain't on my squad. I'm not.
It can go 1 or 2 ways. And we played with both of them.
Yeah.
So Rolando McClain, when he came in here, he came in with a lot of baggage, and it was, I don't know if this guy could. He ended up contributing, and he was one of the leaders on that team.
But in the end, what did you get?
In the end, he reverted back to it. Reverted back to it, and then the same with Greg Hardy. He came in here, same type of baggage. It worked out for a little bit. He made some plays, and then by the end, it reverted right back to it. So, I mean, it's definitely a tricky situation you got there. I mean, do you say, all right, he's learned his lesson, let's move forward with this, or do you kind of always have to keep your guard with guys like that? I mean, it's tough. It's definitely a sticky situation.
You better watch it, because the thing is, we know this is Dallas is one of the hardest places for you to come and be able to focus if you already have those type of issues.
Yeah,
it's tough. Like this, it's tough. Different here.
Yes,
you can go to any other team, maybe besides the Rams now since they in LA, but it's different when you're getting off the bus, when you're hanging around the city, when you're going to bars, going to restaurants. Yeah, it's not that. Yeah,
it ain't in Jacksonville.
It's different. It's many ways for you to get into some trouble if your mind and your head not on right.
You ain't focused, yeah.
So we'll see, man.
So those are, so when you talk about those, to me, those are the questions. I mean, does Josh Ball have talent? Yes. Does Kelvin Joseph have talent? Yes. But you do have those question marks about the players. And this is something that even the Cowboys can't truly understand. How much does a guy want to be good? How much does a guy want to live up to their own potential to be who they are? And I stand here as a person who's loved to edit out some things in their life that I wish I'd have done that. That was pretty stupid. So I'm not perfect. But that's the thing is you ask these guys, are you ready to take advantage of your opportunity? I'll give you a good example, and people have forgotten about it. But remember, Dak Prescott ended up getting a DUI before he got drafted. Mm-hmm. Now, it ended up getting dropped, and there was some stuff about maybe the police officer had some, maybe he was a little bit too quick on the trigger. But bottom line is that knocked Dak a little bit. But what have we seen since he got here?
Nothing but professional.
Right,
absolutely.
Right. So we've seen instances where guys can have a knock against him and then they push past it. That's the legitimate question. And I'll tell you the other thing, and you guys know this straight because you have been in the locker room. If you have guys with question marks, who's the person who can help that player or put that player in the right perspective? People always love to talk about how Jerry Jones messed up not taking Randy Moss, and I continually say this. Randy Moss succeeded because of where he went. Yeah. Denny Green was the head coach.
Chris Carter and Jake Reed. Jake Reed, who lives here in Dallas-Fort Worth. These were two wide receivers who had established themselves in the league, and they said, Randy, you are going to come with us and do what we do. And then, oh, by the way, you have quarterback in Randall Cunningham. Been in the league forever.
Right. So you had a locker room and a coaching staff who could speak to the player and get his respect.
But who's that here? That's the thing. Who is that here?
That was especially
we don't have the Deshaun Lees no more.
Yeah, especially the cornerback room.
And even in the secondary as a whole. Right. We got, Keanu Neal's been in the league for a while, KZ, but they're coming from a different team. They got to, earn that, that leadership role within the Cowboys. So right now you're looking at a defense on that side of the ball. We're extremely young. We lost Crawford. We lost, Sean Lee. Who steps up into that role? Is it Tank Lawrence? I don't know. And everything's extremely young right now.
I'm going to throw this out here, Newy, too. Hey, DUI and domestic violence. Not the same.
Yes, you're correct. No. But what have we seen? This is an organization that will take chances.
Absolutely.
And obviously you were on assignment, but we asked the questions to the organization. We asked the questions to Jerry and Steven. I was point blank asking about it. And Jerry was like, I'm going to talk to them. I'm like, how do you explain this to your fans? He's like, I want to talk about it. And they went to, the whole, we feel comfortable, guys make mistakes, and okay. And that's where I come back to who's in the room. Bill Belichick has had success because of the guys he's had in his room. When they brought in Corey Dillon left Cincinnati. He had incidents. He had no problems at all in New England, helped him win a championship because when you've got a guy like Willie McGinnis who's in there and Teddy Bruschi who's in there and Rodney Harrison, when you've got guys and you guys, you know who leaders are. And you got guys who will tell you this is our room and this is how we do it. And you brought up the point, Church. Who's that person here? I don't know. You tell me.
Usually within the room, the guys that are the bona fide leaders aren't the guys that are fighting for their position at the time. And right now with this draft that we just had, that whole defensive side of the ball, they're fighting for their position. They're focused on, look, I got to make sure I beat this dude out so I can get on the field. So who is going to be that guy? Only one I see is Tank Lawrence that has no comp right now. Like he's in there. He's going to be their starter. He's going to be that leader. So does he step up as that guy that kind of gets these young guys going in the right direction? Because I can tell you right now, Jalen Smith, he might be the leader, but right now I'm telling you he's focused on, look, I got to get this starting job. I got to make sure I'm here. I got to get paid. And in that secondary, everybody's battling for a position. If they're not battling, they're super young. So it's like, who's going to step up? Who's going to be that guy?
The craziest part about that is, all that is 100% on. And then also you tag on that you have a new defensive coordinator as well, right? And I think the only person that Dan Quinn knows is Neil, right?
Keanu Neal and KZ.
And KZ. So it's like two. And you drafted how many? And added that on to the other people that you already don't know.
But that's good. He needed to draft.
We needed some competition.
He needed to draft some guys.
Yes.
But we needed to draft offensive tackle. But I listen.
You did. You did.
I got faith in Dan Quinn, bro.
Round 4.
I got faith in Dan Quinn that we made a bet, right? Top 10 defense.
We did.
Top 10 defense.
Can't be worse than Nolan.
Speaking of, two sisters open. It's two sisters open.
It's been open.
And Nick and Sam's is open too.
I don't know.
All right? Because you owe me Nick and Sam's, and I want the lobster, I want the steak.
Because when it was reversed, it wasn't people that doing that, huh?
I want the lobster. I want all bets paid in 2021.
Man came back looking for
That's
things,
what I came back for. I came back for y'all to pay up.
You were so black. So black.
You think I'll forget about
Here you are coming here complaining about complaining about what they didn't do that you wanted. Now you want everybody. You've been gone forever and a day, ain't tell us nothing, and now you want feed me. You owe me.
Wait, do y'all owe me? Do y'all owe me? Am I lying?
Can we take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Let's take a break. We have bills to pay right here on the Players Lounge on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Adjust your cleats, adjust your pads, even adjust your helmet, but seriously, don't adjust your underwear because once it's seen, it cannot be unseen. Tommy John's fabric keeps you cool and dry on the field or in the stands, and now they even have loungewear. Yeah, loungewear. Shop underwear at TommyJohn.com/Cowboys for 15% off your first order. That's TommyJohn.com/Cowboys.
Hey there, Cowboys fans. With Tide Cleaners at-home pickup and delivery, cleaning your clothes has never been more convenient. Simply sign up at your local store, set out your dirty clothes, and one of our Tide Cleaners professionals will come directly to your home for a totally contactless experience. Your clean garments will be returned promptly the next scheduled delivery day, so skip the errand and enjoy life, not laundry. Visit TideCleaners.com or your local store to sign up for Tide Cleaners at-home pickup and delivery today.
Grab some OtterBox gear and get ready for hanging with the boys. From rugged venture coolers to tough-as-nails elevation tumblers, we've got what you need to keep your game day drinks frosty and your football feast ice cold. And with cases, screen protectors, and power accessories, you can defend your phone and stay connected to every play. Gear up at OtterBox.com and amp up the fun of every Cowboys game. That's OtterBox.com.
Is your family a Cowboys family? Have you taken holiday photos at the Star? Was your wedding theme blue and silver? Have you convinced your kids them is spelled with a D? If so, every game day feels like a vacation to you, so treat it like one. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Dallas Cowboys football and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders dance youth camps are back this summer for athletes and dancers of all skill levels. 2- and 3-day camps are available at AT&T Stadium and the Star in Frisco. Spots are limited. Make sure you register today at DallasCowboys.com/academy.
And, of course, Danny McCray, you'll be there.
Absolutely. I'll be running
The
all
one
those
and
things. You'll see me out there coaching your kids, making sure everything is run right, and it's really a good experience for all the young campers that come out, so make sure you sign up.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about that one video we've seen on Twitter with the kid with the helmet runs and just blows up the other one.
What was that?
We don't have on no pads.
What was that? Them kids were like, I was like, man, I had no words.
We're not letting that happen at our camp. As a matter of fact, Church came out to one of our camps and he was the special guest referee.
I was throwing flags on everybody. Pass interference. What you talking about?
So you never know who you will see out there, man.
Side note, in that video, who taught that kid to tackle? Come on, he went in there all chest. You gotta come on, shoulder in there. Throw some shoulders in there, man.
You saw that video, right?
No, I didn't see
you didn't see it? Oh my goodness.
But what
with your chest.
But what I know is he probably ain't playing the sport no more.
It's over with. Yeah. It's over with. Take a gander at that.
There you go.
Oh, the 4? Did you see the 4? My man went in there.
Don't show that. That would not happen at the Dallas Cowboys. Kept.
That's all I wanted to know. Okay, thank you.
We don't teach that, and there would be no tackling, and he probably not playing football.
I didn't even know they were allowed to do those drills anymore. Like
he about to be in chess club. He's chess club. That's what he going. I was in chess club too, by the way, but ain't no contact in that.
Good. This is the Players Lounge right here on DallasCowboys.com radio. 2 former Dallas Cowboys safeties: Barry Church, number 42.
Yes, sir.
Danny McCray, number 40. McCray's back after being on assignment. I am merely Newy Scruggs, Cowboys longtime reporter. All right. So you have moaned and groaned about the draft. So let you continue to complain about what you don't like, the schedule. Are you your thoughts on that you've seen it come out?
Listen, apparently the schedule is in our favor. It's pretty weak, and we should win.
Take a look at it right there.
I mean, based off last year's win percentage is what I'm saying. I don't really care about that because what happens is we know the game well enough to know that what that team was last year has absolutely nothing to do with what the team will be next year.
Are we winning a division? Man. Are we going to win a division?
You know what? If Dak Prescott is healthy and we get that top 10 defense like I said we would win the division.
You seen what New York did. You see how they piled up. You see what Washington did.
Listen, are y'all asking for my prediction for the?
I'm just saying what you think about with the additions. Are the Cowboys still considered the favorite, even with the additions that the New York Giants did and with the Washington Redskins? I'm sorry, the Washington football team. I'm sorry, football team. And I ain't really worried about Philly. They ain't really doing much.
So look, we go through this and we see. That first game might be an L. Might be an L. But the next 4 can be dubs.
They can be.
The next 4 can be dubs. So you looking at that first 5 games going 4-1.
You got to take advantage. A lot of those are home games too.
Yeah. So listen, I'm okay. I'm okay with this schedule. A lot of these teams are rebuilding and looking for ways to get better, including the Patriots, who are planning on trying Cam Newton out there again after they spent all this money in free agency. I see Tampa as being an issue. The Vikings, we beat them last year. The Chiefs being an issue, and honestly, that might be it.
The last 5 concern me, as by the way, we're showing the schedule right here. The last 5 really concern me because 4 of the last 5 are NFC East games, and 3 of those last 5 are all road games in the division. So you start December 12th at Washington, then December 19th at the Giants. Then you host Washington the day after Christmas on NBC Sunday Night Football. Then it's Kyler Murray and the Cardinals coming to Jerry World January 2nd, and then the season will end January 9 at Philadelphia. So it's a lot of this at the end, especially we're talking about Week 17 now here.
What we know about football is defense travels. All right, I'm banking on Dan Quinn coming in here and helping us get this top 10 defense. We already know if Kellen Moore is on his A game, that our offense can possibly be unstoppable with the weapons that we have. If Amari Cooper shows up, gets his 8 catches for 100 yards, and everybody feeds off him. Zeke runs the ball because we also have the 2011 Tyron Smith.
I'm going back to Dan Quinn on this one. I just don't understand. Both y'all had this belief about Nolan when he came in here talking about he hasn't proven. He hasn't proven anything. He's ranked 24th, 25th, 29th, and y'all was like, I don't know about this. But we're willing to give Quinn the benefit of the doubt, even though his last couple. Oh, my bad. He is willing to give Dan Quinn benefit of the doubt, even though his last couple defenses have been.
Listen, he was
below. Got fired for a reason.
Like I explained, some people are better off focusing on one phase of the game, which is Dan Quinn focusing on defense. Let's not get back into comparing Mike Nolan to Dan Quinn. The dude came in here with no offseason to decide to switch to a 3-4. Who in their right mind will allow a defensive court? Listen, the dude, you got D-Law, Randy Gregory. These dudes are 4-3 guys, and all of a sudden you got these dudes standing up out of 2-point stand. The man make $100 million. How you gonna tell him stand up and don't put his hand in the ground?
Now I will This is what I asked my guy.
Newy on my side. Okay, all right.
Orlando Ledbetter, who writes for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. And I sent him a text last Sunday. I said, how much was there a personnel/talent issue on the Atlanta D last year versus teams have figured out what Dan Quinn can do in his scheme? He said mostly personnel. No pass rush, bad coverage, 29th in passing in the league, 29th overall. And I said, was the Clemson cornerback good or was he a victim of the scheme? The kid they took A.J. Terrell in the first round. Yeah. He said he was great, only defensive back there who could play. So Ledbetter also said he felt Dimitroff loved offensive guys and didn't give Quinn as much defensive help as he needed. So I at least want to make sure I'm fair. Okay, I believe in trying to be fair with him.
Okay.
But there you go.
They all came back last year knowing, put up or shut up, and they were fired. You look at that game where he came here, where they got up on the Cowboys.
20 points.
Next thing you know, his defense, sieve, and then what do you need at the end? All you need to do is just recover the onside. They sit around here looking at it.
What's that?
That's coaching, man.
That's towards us.
That's coaching.
Absolutely. But
that's coaching.
Well, you know who?
But you're gonna say it's all good because he just has to worry about defensive guys.
He's focused on one thing.
Because you know who won't be having a say in the special teams this season? Dan Quinn.
Or
you know who won't be having a say in offense this season?
Or Mike McCarthy. He
will have a say on this defense.
Bones just going to go do what he want to do.
Listen, Mike McCarthy give everybody free reign. I'm going to just sit back, relax, and see what happens.
Oh, we know.
And then, actually, this how you be like this right here. The whole game. Yeah. I be like, come on, bro. Put that thing down and call the play. What you doing? It's fourth down.
This is true because everybody and their mom gave Garrett hell for clapping. Hey, this is true. This is true.
I said, bro, you're not even talking back there, bro. He coming like trying to hide you.
He might be making some decisions.
Kellen Moore calling the plays. You back there with covering up your mouth. But it's okay. Big Mike, he gonna get it right this year. Because if he don't.
Are you drinking the Kool-Aid early?
Who?
You.
I don't even
He drinking that Quinn Kool-Aid. Drinking that DQ Kool-Aid.
Oh, yeah. I got to because I vouched for it. And then
Top 10 defense.
Top 10 defense.
With so many question marks.
10 or above. Absolutely. And I think, like I told you
ladies
guys,
and gentlemen, you're hearing Danny McCray say we'll have a top 10 defense.
Like I told you guys, this is why we're going to have a top 10 defense because I think we're going to resort back to how you guys played when the offensive line was great. You were able to run the ball, get ahead, and y'all got.
Wait, hold on, man.
Listen, you said that the dude is. You said 2011 Tyron is back.
So Tyron's back.
So I gotta believe you.
All right, so Tyron's back.
But no. Listen. But honestly, with that, I think Newy missed it. Newy missed it. All right. The offensive line, great as in running the football, bro.
Right. Wait a minute.
Not what you talking about. I know they don't.
McCarthy doesn't run the ball.
I know. I think they're gonna learn. I told you last year when they seen Zeke was able to run, we all came here and said, all of a sudden they see that Zeke can run the ball.
I agree. I hope they're going to.
I think they're going to run the ball more this season, and they're going to get back to controlling the clock and playing that defense of we're ahead, make the other team throw the ball and get those interceptions, take the ball away. Yeah. I think that's why we're going to be a top 10 defense. Not because we're going to go out there and the defense is going to be better than the offense, and then they're just going to be stopping everybody and they're going to hold everybody 17 points. That's not what I'm saying. I think the defense is going to play off of the offense. We're going to get ahead and make these teams throw the ball. You're going to see Jabril Cox come in and get him an interception, run that thing back for a pick six.
Yeah, Jabril Cox, he like third on the depth chart.
You know who he is? Maybe it's because he played in Chicago. You know who coming out here right now?
Who are you talking about?
He Barack Obama. He coming out with hope and change.
Oh, man. Listen,
hope and change. That's your strategy.
Y'all feeling still hurt. Y'all feeling still hurt because you got the red shirt on, too, because you were drinking that Kool-Aid last year.
I was
and you got your feelings hurt.
I got off that narcotic.
I was drinking that last
year.
You see? You got your feelings hurt.
I'm not addicted anymore.
And now you can't trust nobody.
We here telling the truth. That's right.
Now you can't trust nobody.
Why should I? I shouldn't trust anybody.
See, but I didn't drink that Kool-Aid, so I'm putting my trust in the guy that's here now.
So Dan Quinn gonna turn this thing around.
No, Dan, listen.
Dan Quinn gonna turn this thing around.
They listen. Mike Nolan's dick. What was that? We was almost DAL. We almost DAL. Yes, he gonna turn it around. The only way to go is up.
Top 10. I'm talking about top 10.
Yes, top top 10, bro. You gonna owe me another steak. I want my Nick and Sam's before the season come too, bro.
Okay,
I'm going tonight.
We need another break. We need another break here. Dak Prescott, how much work should he do when the Cowboys start OTAs next week? We'll dive into that next right here on the Players Lounge on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Hey there, Cowboys fans. With Tide Cleaners at-home pickup and delivery, cleaning your clothes has never been more convenient. Simply sign up at your local store, set out your dirty clothes, and one of our Tide Cleaners professionals will come directly to your home for a totally contactless experience. Your clean garments will be returned promptly the next scheduled delivery day, so skip the errand and enjoy life, not laundry. Visit TideCleaners.com or your local store to sign up for Tide Cleaners at-home pickup and delivery today.
Grab some OtterBox gear and get ready for hanging with the boys. From rugged venture coolers to tough as nails elevation tumblers, we've got what you need to keep your game day drinks frosty and your football feast ice cold. And with cases, screen protectors, and power accessories, you can defend your phone and stay connected to every play. Gear up at OtterBox.com and amp up the fun of every Cowboys game. That's OtterBox.com.
How great would it be to travel to watch the Cowboys win on another team's turf? Pretty great. But honestly, just watching the game from anywhere but your house would be fun. Even a hotel bar with some guy named Phil from St. Louis who thinks Oakland still has a team. So whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Adjust your cleats, adjust your pads, even adjust your helmet, but seriously, don't adjust your underwear because once it's seen, it cannot be unseen. Tommy John's fabric keeps you cool and dry on the field or in the stands, and now they even have loungewear. Yeah, loungewear. Shop underwear at TommyJohn.com/Cowboys for 15% off your first order. That's TommyJohn.com/Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
You think we gonna?
I just know my difference between my hobbies and my profession. Like football is gonna get me paid and it's gonna change my family life. So making music is just like a hobby. So I'm not too much worried about it right now. But there will be some music coming one day. But right now it's just strictly business.
That is Kelvin Joseph, Cowboys' second-round draft pick out of Kentucky. He first started at LSU.
Go Tigers.
Talking about his rap.
I didn't even know he was a rapper. I didn't know he was a rapper.
Yeah.
They got some mixtapes out there.
And normally when you hear things like that, you think of the last guy who did it, and you say, how'd that work out? Remember Rico Gathers, Riccavelli, and that didn't work out so well for Rico and his in the rap career. And I asked somebody the other day because it was my weekend guy, Channel 5, Pat Doney, had done a story. I said, "Have you followed up? Has he released another album? Where's Riccavelli at now?" And
Boss Man Fat.
Boss Man Fat is Kelvin Joseph's rap
That's
name.
his rap, Boss
yes.
Man Fat.
Right.
So Rico Velli and Boss Man Fat.
And so he's letting you know there will be some Boss Man Fat releases, but not at this time. And he says he understands that he knows he needs to.
He's throwing that pub out there. He's like
handle his business. But he was asked. Okay, the media asked. So he answered the question, which that is the answer you like to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that this is number one. Make the main thing the main thing, and that goes back to what I spoke to you about. These are the questions you have. And you hope that the young man understands if you're a really good player, you can make a whole lot of rap records on the side. But you got to be good first. It's like Shaquille O'Neal. That's my guy. Shaq made records, but Shaq was good. Rookie of the year, won a lot of games, was dominant. He did his part, LSU guy. So you can come out here and rap if you're good. You can't be rapping or talking about rapping and you're sitting here backing up and not playing, not doing anything. So just handle your business, young man, and then go do what you want to do.
You're completely right. He's got to be able to, know that, football, this is the main gig. This is what's going to pay the bills. And then, rapping, you could do that on the side. I mean, we've seen plenty of players come in here. Romo, he was what? He was trying to golf pretty much the last 8 years of his career down here in Dallas. And he did a good job of it on the side. But, during the NFL, that was his main focus. And he was out there throwing touchdowns and doing what he does. So we've seen it happen before. And hopefully Kelvin Joseph Joseph can just make sure he knows that NFL is the priority, and then sure, in the offseason, go ahead. You can make mixtapes after mixtapes if you want.
I hope there's two ways this can go. All right, like him, it's like seeing him and hearing him talk about that is horrible to me. That I go straight to Adrian Bronner. I'm just like, just don't be that guy. Take the Cole Beasley route, all right?
Okay, yeah.
Make your money.
Perfect.
You know, get your bread. Make sure you perform on the field well, then put out some songs, see how the fans feel about it. But continue to perform and get better.
But that's what he said.
But what happens when some people get into the rap life is the shows and all that stuff, right? You start getting into really trying to be the rapper that you see on TV instead of being the football player that's a rapper. You try to be the rapper that's a football player, right? So I think that's when you take the wrong route. So hopefully we're able to kind of lock that down and, you know, let him focus on being the starting cornerback opposite of Diggs, which he probably will be as the season goes on, and then put out some rap stuff next offseason.
More hope and change, right?
That's all we can do. All right?
More hope.
We just gotta preach. It's gotta preach positivity, man.
They're gonna have
preach positivity.
Brother Barack beat the training camp to the team.
I would let him know, hey, bro, I rap with you, bro. I do the ad libs.
Get on the track?
I do the ad libs with you, bro. If you go out there and get your 5 picks this year and don't get toasted, I'll do some ad libs with you, bro. We'll get that thing rolling.
The 2021 schedule has been released, and it's time to get your new gear at the Pro Shop, the official store of Cowboys Nation. Score classics like your favorite player jerseys, tees, hats, plus exclusive collections and unique accessories. The Pro Shop has more Cowboys gear than anyone in the game. Visit your local Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop or online at shop.dallascowboys.com. OTAs begin next week. Dak Prescott is going to participate. How much should they allow Rain Dakota Prescott to be involved and taking reps at these OTAs, coming off that injury, and now that he's got a contract that he's going to make a couple nickels and dimes?
He should be on the sideline like
just
this.
like that. If it's me, if it's Church, the GM owner, if it's me and I invested that much, my man can do individual. That's it. He can go do a little couple, band ropes with the passes, all that other stuff. Other than that, he's doing no team activities. None at all. That's the last thing we need is for some reason we got a guy out there undrafted trying to make the squad, and let's just say Tank Lawrence needs a breather. Oh, I need a breather, man. Come in here real quick. Let's get this guy in there. Get in there. All right, it's my chance. This is my chance. We ain't got no pads on, but this is my chance. Let me get off this edge. Let me get off this edge on Tyron Smith. Let him know I can get off the edge on Tyron Smith. What? Oh, I get off the edge. Oh, I get past Tyron Smith, I start to stumble because I don't know what else is going on, and boom, I fall right into the legs of a $160 million quarterback. We do not need that. We do not need that. Keep him away from all team activities. Keep him an individual. Let him throw to Cooper and them guys on them routes where he doesn't have to do much. Maybe get a little backpedal here and there. Save this man. He's a veteran now. It ain't like he's just going into his first NFL season. Save this man.
I like the way you described that, bro. You hear how you said it? Undrafted free agent, come off the edge, beat Tyron Smith. It hurts that.
I tried to make the most
you forced that. Like, come on.
I'm just saying. That's why we don't need to put him in there.
Yeah,
that's why we don't need to.
Braylon. So he gonna have who's off the defensive end here? Austin Failue.
You never know.
From rookie from Oregon.
He might get a jump.
Come off the edge.
He might get a
Bye, Tyron.
This is 2011 Tyron Smith now.
This is 2011. He thought it was on 2, but it was on.
He's just gonna blow past an all-decade player.
You never know. He thought it was on 2.
Rookie swim.
You know how OTAs get. People like, I saw 2 on this one. I ain't. You never know.
Young LT, you gonna be out there just blowing past all-decade.
Hey, John Randall was undrafted, so anything can happen, man.
He's gonna fall down and put hands on that.
I'm just saying. You never know. You never know.
He picked Tyron. Tyron probably not going to be out there. Nah, I'm kidding.
My man, Josh Bell. No, I don't know, man.
Dak Prescott should definitely be on the sideline. He should be with Britt, doing the bands, getting his steps right, and come back and helping coach the young quarterbacks who are probably going to be your boy
Double G.
Your boy Danucci is back.
Double G.
Danucci's back. I think Cooper Rush is back.
Hey, look, as long as they don't roll out Brady Davis and JT Barrett, because we saw them at rookie minicamp.
They look bad?
Es no bueno.
Bro.
It was bad.
Yeah. So the Double G's you got in.
I told y'all about that. I'll let y'all know Double G was that guy.
You said he should be starting over Dak.
What?
At one point, that man said if Dak gonna cost you $44 million,
I don't remember that.
Let me
never
finish.
say that one.
Let me finish.
I said some wild stuff.
Let me finish.
But I ain't never said that.
You said we should not bring Dak back if he was gonna cost you like around $44 million. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think I did say that.
Which would have left us with Andy Dalton, who's gone, and Double G.
Did the words come out of my
guy.
Mouth saying Double G?
Nah, you did. You did. I'm not gonna put. You said Justin Fields. My bad.
I did say that.
Did he say that? He said Justin Fields. If Dak Prescott was too expensive.
By the way, was I right about Fields or what? He dropped in the draft.
You were correct. You know what? I was on assignment. What? Deshaun Watson? They still want him?
Hey, the jury's out on that one right now because
what's wrong with this dude? What the hell's going on with
H-Town, man? What's going on?
What happened was,
I like me a good massage every once in a while too.
So 22
but
different.
I'm going to massage envy.
Everybody had 22.
This man
different.
reaching out on Instagram talking about can I get a massage? I don't want to throw him under the bus, man. I don't know, innocent till proven guilty, but that's a lot of smoke.
I don't know if I don't know if he'll be there week 1. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. Is he playing this year?
I'm the.
I don't know. Jury's out on that one too.
He can't play on my team. I don't care what you're talking about because if half of them come back as true,
yeah,
you're still looking at 11 cases.
Well, I talked to Marcus Spears, and we were kind of just going back and forth, just talking about this, and I said, Swagoo, they just need one. All you need is one case that this happened, and you have that many because look, there's a segment of people that just want you as being an on-air person. They said. I'm like, I don't know anything, and God rest his soul, but I remember when Kobe Bryant went through his issue, and Kobe, comes out to the meeting, he says, "Hey, you guys know me." At the end of the day, we really don't know anyone what they do behind closed doors, and with what has happened and the way the world has changed, you just can't sit up here and just say, "Oh, they're massage therapists and they do whatever." No. They are going to take these claims serious, and if you're the National Football League, I look at what they did with Adrian Peterson when he went through what he did with his son, and then what they went through with Greg Hardy. We're like, you know what? You just gonna have to sit down here until we figure this out. And if you're the Houston Texans, I think that's how you really have to approach this whole thing with Deshaun Watson. Don't look for this guy week 1. And even if they decide, all right, you know what? We're gonna make a ruling here. He's gonna miss minimum 4, if not 6 games. If you go sit Zeke down for 6 games and there were no charges and it would, and even had a person who was on the committee who said, "Nah, we don't think you should do anything." If he got 6, if Tom Brady gets 4 games for some football that were deflated, Deshaun's got to be looking at 6 to 8 in my opinion. If
not the whole year.
Or you'll be put on an exempt list, and that whole thoughts about trying to be traded. If you're Houston, you'd love to move them on, but what are you getting? If you're a team out there, how do you sell this to your fan base?
Yeah.
Let me tell you this. It's horrible if he did it. It's horrible if he's getting set up. Either way.
Yeah, it's bad both ways.
It's a horrible thing to be happening, and we'll see how it goes, but I don't think he's going to be playing this season.
It's a long shot. It's a long shot, and even if he does, what's your state of mind? Yeah. You've got a new head coach. It's here's the sad thing. Okay, here's a sad thing because I tell people all day long, Watson was the guy I said should have been the number 1 pick in the draft over Myles Garrett, who I love. I am a Deshaun Watson fan. And I hate to see what has happened. People forget. Here's a guy, first check, man, gives it to the cafeteria ladies who work over there with the Houston Texans. Here's a guy who, when he was coming at Warwick Dunn, when he built those homes for single moms, Watson got one of them. And what's he doing today? He's giving back. And all these positive things have been wiped out because now people look at him as this one negative light here. And we'll find out eventually what's happened, but I hate to see what has happened to a young man who we really thought was the right kind of guy and he did everything the right way.
It's going to be tough because even if he gets off for everything, let's just say for some wild reason, it's the huge setup. Is he ever going to get his name back? I mean, is he ever going to get that reputation back? I mean, because he was on almost the face of the NFL for a hot second. Like he was on his way.
It's on his way. It is hard.
Well, if they do find out that everybody's lying, he's a hero at that point. But like you said, the part with him that is his mindset is if he can't get traded, he already told the Texans that he didn't want to be there. So now if he can't go anywhere else, he has to go back to this team where he's already told the head coach, the GM, the owner, the players, all that, hey, I'm not trying to be here.
They're going to be expected to be a leader,
right? So now he's got to lead. He's got to lead that team with all that stuff. If he plays this season, with everything that's going on in his mind already, that's a lot.
This is a sad situation. I mean, it is when you just think about where he was going and to see where he is now. You could have never told me that Deshaun Watson would be sitting here in this kind of situation, which ultimately even kind of comes back to what we were talking about, character and guys looking and understanding their opportunity and what they have here. You could have never told me that this was going to happen to a guy who graduated 3 years out of Clemson, led them to a national championship, did everything the right way. But I'll say this, I didn't think about Kobe either. You could have never told me what happened to Kobe in Colorado. I'd have never thought that. Yeah. Not this kid who I was there in Los Angeles. I mean, man, you talk about a guy trying to do everything the right way, but we truly never know.
Never really know.
We truly never really know. And Kobe was able to repair his career in a way I never thought he would. So I don't want to say that Deshaun can't, because if you win games,
that takes a lot. That winning,
people will forgive, and
winning seems to make a lot of people forget.
Houston is your hometown. If you win, you'll be okay. The Astros are hated everywhere, but they're loved down there in Houston, despite all that cheating that they had going on here. So if you're winning, people were going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
They ain't had 21 cases against. This is a lot of cases. Who's the last person who had 21 cases against them?
No.
I mean, that's a lot to forget. And that's a hell of a lot of winning in Houston, which ain't happening.
We'll see.
And while we on it, hey man, shout out to I'm on assignment. I come back and DMX is
yeah, man. All right, we shouted him out, man. We had to do a shout out.
Shout out Paul Mooney then, man.
Paul Mooney too, man. That's tragic right there, man. 79, man. Paul Mooney, man. The great Paul Mooney.
One of the funniest clean things I can recall.
Ain't a lot of clean with Paul Mooney.
About Paul Mooney is when he talked about ghosts. He's like, we got to stop with this ghost stuff. You put up on Twitter. That is one of the great little clips, and I retweeted that. But that's you can go to Newy Scruggs, NEWYSCRUGGS, about what he talked about with ghosts, and that was like, just one of the mic drops. Boom.
He was funny. I
saw him live. I got to see him live once at the Laugh Factory in Los Angeles, and there are just some people, because I'm a big fan of comedy, there are just some people who are able to step to the microphone and just deliver. And it's one thing to see it on TV, but when you see them in person, you see them doing it, it's magical. It's like DMX.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We talked about that Woodstock.
Yeah, when you saw DMX, to have that whole crowd and to have them in the palm of his hand. I mean, dude got brothers, man. Most crowds white. Got white guys out here barking. Just what he did.
Drop, open up, shop.
Next time you hit your Peloton, throw in some DMX, man. Just see how good you.
Did they have a DMX ride?
No. I just I got my little.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got his Bose headphones in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. I got my little Bose earbuds. Put it on there. Just throw the DMX on there, man, and then throw it in third gear. You'd be surprised. You gonna pound it out, man. What's my name? I mean, it is magical in the DMX when you.
I got to know because they made it official either yesterday or today. They officially signed. They say the SEC's best player to ever play in the SEC, Tim Tebow. It's officially he is signed to Jacksonville. What are your thoughts, D-Mac, about Tebow officially signing down there in Jacksonville?
My man Urban, but that's a hell of a start he got going on. First, he hired this dude who has this crazy
strength coach,
strength coach with the racism in the background and people not liking him and saying it. So he got Chris Doyle. He come on first. Then you got to let him go. And your second move is to bring in Tim Tebow to play tight end. He been out of the league for 10 years, ain't never played tight end in his entire life. Come on, bro. Like, I understand, ain't about, what you know and who you know and all sorts of stuff. First of all, Tim Tebow should just not be, like, trying to take other people's position who really earned a spot and came in to play tight end, been doing this their entire life. And Urban Meyer, that dude is on a hell of a track. I feel like he got like 4 or 5 more crazy moves in him this season. Where you gonna look at the Jacksonville Jaguars and be like, "What the hell?" Just
when you think John Gruden has been wasting up money, Urban Meyer decides to just hold on. It's asinine. It really is. When they just think about it, this is asinine. I heard somebody talk about, well, Tim Tebow can, he's an inspirational guy.
Like I said last time, ain't nobody gonna listen to the 53rd person on the roster. He gonna come in there with his, all right, fellas, we gotta, and they gonna look at this man like, what?
I mean, he already the coach's pet. He's like, he's the guy.
And he's made the team. His jersey's already on NFL.com. 85.
Don't invest in that. There's no way.
He's gonna make it. He's gonna make the squad.
Even if he comes out and he's decent, I still think it's a stupid move. Like, it's nothing that you could tell me that will make this move be worthwhile, especially when you have a new coach coming in trying to earn the respect of the players in the locker room, and these are the moves that you make.
Because if he's not going to be on that 46, active day when you got the pads on, and he's just going to be taking up a spot.
Whose reps are he taking at training camp?
What special teams is he going to
play? That's what I'm saying. On punt team?
Is he going to kick step? Is he going to be the personal protector?
Right. What is he doing? I mean, Parcells always talked about you have to have guys. If you're on the 46, how many plays can you give me? How many plays is Tim Tebow going to give you in a football game?
Is Tim Tebow going to be the 5 on kickoff, running right down there, running through the wedge? Is he going to
either that or he's going to be getting ran right through the middle of by a defensive end as he's trying to chip or block on that damn offensive line? I don't see it.
Can you see a mentality change, like in a quarterback? Like, you played quarterback your whole life, even your short professional NFL career. You've played quarterback. People have not touched you in practice. You've had red jerseys on. Like, can you switch that mentality and be like, I gotta bust through this wedge, or I gotta run down here and smack this dude on kickoff? Like, that's like a 180.
Have we ever seen it before?
Crazy. I've never seen it.
Have we ever seen this?
Closest
before?
thing, Logan Thomas for the football team. I mean, he was a quarterback in college and he switched, but
he didn't sit out 9 years.
That's the thing. Yeah, he didn't sit out 9 years.
Well, what's also crazy is Tebow, even as a tight end, the way that he moved and you know him to run and his athletic ability, it's more of like on a Jason Witten type tight end. Not Kittle, not Kelsey. So he's not even route out? He's not even gonna be that type of guy out there, right? The game is moving forward with different type of Blake Jarwin, like these type of guys out there, and then you go in and you get Tim Tebow, who's out of the league for 10 years. I thought we was crazy for getting Alden Smith. Goodness gracious, you're not that bad, Big Mike.
About to get out there.
My man Irvin out here. Is Alden Smith still here, by the way?
No. He's in Seattle. He's in Seattle now.
Right.
He's in Seattle now.
I missed that. I'm on assignment.
We were happy.
I'm on assignment.
We were happy about it. Good luck, Alden.
I missed a lot on assignment. Yeah.
By the way, Joe Looney has not come back. He's still a free agent.
That's surprising.
But they gave out his jersey, man.
Already. Cold world, man.
Yeah,
Cold world out here.
So number 73 at the rookie camp was Andrew Jones, a guard, 6'5", 307 from Florida Tech. Number 73. Number 73. So they gave his jersey out. So
that's surprising to me. Because Looney, he might not have been starter caliber, but this guy was a good piece, like a rotational piece, especially we've seen how our team gets injured. So, like, he's a good rotational piece, especially on the inside.
And nobody pick him up. That's a steal for the Cowboys.
That's true.
They're going to get him real cheap.
You got that minimal. Get him for that.
Now, they got a guy, Matt Farnock, out of Nebraska, guard 6'5", 311. I saw him after the rookie camp trying to do some snaps, doing some shotgun snaps here. So here's a player that knows if he's going to make this football team, he needs to have that position flex. Because McCarthy's done a very good job talking about position flex and what he wants out of guys. And so maybe because they've signed Dak Prescott, and they keep talking about being tight against the cap, maybe they've decided they don't want to pay Joe Looney that money they've got to pay for a veteran. They're going to try and develop some guys here. So we'll see.
I think I also said that back in the day as well. Once this Dak deal gets done, I think I did say it's gonna be tough for the rest of the team.
They've told you that. I mean, they've consistently said it since the press conference. You know,
and it's gonna be tighter.
I mean, look at your boy Antoine Woods.
But the thing was,
your boy Antoine Woods got.
Listen,
a couple weeks after signing.
No, you a couple weeks. With a week.
Hold on, though, because I'm still confused.
That draft.
I'm confused about Dak's contract. All right, so Dak this year, how much does he count against the cap?
22.
That's good.
That's not that bad.
That's not that bad. We were assuming that it was going to be something crazy outrageous.
Yeah, all the money he gets, I believe, is $75 million is what he gets in year one, which made him the fourth highest.
He's up there with LeBron, McGregor, Messi,
he got 30. So what all were they counting that? His endorsements?
Just this year. What's he going to make this year?
It was like 104 or something like that, right?
It was something out of the,
So shout out to Dak, bro.
Shout out.
And his agent.
Hey, look, Todd France, man. My bad.
Man, I think you owe him an apology. You
owe him an apology.
Honestly, Dak did a deal out at a shelter in Dallas. I couldn't get near Todd France, but I did want to say, hey, man, I just want to let you know, man, I was wrong. But you couldn't get, they keep his folks away from you. But yeah, no, I have no problem saying to Todd France, I was wrong. Matter of fact, I was wrong 3 times. Because he got all them dudes paid.
He did.
He got the Simmons kid paid up there in Denver. Got Bud Dupree. I believe Bud went down there to Tennessee and got paid.
85.
I mean, so he got guys paid up. So
man got the juice.
So yes, I mean I was 100% wrong. I look like Boo Boo the Fool. Smart on those guys. Smart on those guys. Man.
Big Mike got y'all. Todd France got y'all, and not
Big
Dan
Mike
Quinn. Dan Quinn about to get y'all. Oh, he got you because you was Kool-Aiding it up. As a matter of fact, I got texting you Kool-Aid. You told us to call you Kool-Aid man. They was going to the playoffs.
That's what happened to us.
No, even after Andy Dalton got in the game, you said that they were going to the playoffs.
I'm talking about that last game. We had an op.
You did.
We had an op.
You were sitting there.
Andy Dalton.
He was drunk on it.
In the biggest game.
I'm just telling you what you said. I'm just telling you what you said.
Andy Dalton.
Hey, look, I'll tell you this though. Andy living good though.
He did. $10 million.
The $10 million to go.
And he might not even play a snap.
Look, he'll play about 3 games and then go ahead.
Good.
And then just go ahead. And next thing you know, Fields come on in there. You just go ahead, cash that check.
Next year he's gonna be like, let me get this back up for $5 million. I mean, he's the next Chase Daniel.
I mean, this is the end for Andy Dalton in terms of this is it. This is the last big money deal. I mean, how perfectly did he play this thing? This is the beauty of coming to the Cowboys because you're on TV and people. I mean, guy got $10 million. They spend all this money on all this draft capital on Justin Fields, so they're going to play him.
Oh yeah,
because they're going to have to try to save their jobs and say, hey, look, we had to play the rookie quarterback, and he's a rookie, so you can't fire us.
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing there. Andy Dalton's going to get $10 million. Wow.
And he might not. He might, like you said, might only play 4 games.
The best thing that happened to him was getting cut by Cincinnati.
Let me tell you something.
He done turned that into 13 2 years, 13 bit. Man, I'll tell you what.
Chicago got a history of giving away bread to quarterbacks. All right.
We know.
Jay Cutler,
the wrong quarterbacks. Okay.
Yeah, they've been paying some bad guys. Since me and Church was playing.
Yeah,
even before that.
This is true.
Did Jay Cutler get $100 million or something like that?
They got something. They got off the charts.
And they almost let him. Did he finish out the whole contract?
Almost. I think he had maybe a year left. Like maybe.
Look, Cutler's been making good bread up there, but shout out to Andy Dalton. I'm happy for Andy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just he played it perfectly, man. So is he a France guy? No, I don't think he's with Todd France, but he might be. We're shot. Todd France out here. Todd France
Did they make some money?
Moves.
They with Todd France.
Like a white Maverick Carter out there making deals.
Killing the game.
You're gonna give me this. I'm gonna get that right here. Then you're gonna give him that. I need 75. But he got it done, man. Got it done. All right, look, Danny, good to have you back here on
It's been a pleasure.
It's been fun.
You back?
I am ecstatic.
Fun, man. I just need you to claim Joseph more. I feel like you're not really giving.
He went to LSU, then he went to Kentucky. I mean, Jabril Cox finished there. What you want me to say?
Is Jabril Cox a Tiger?
I don't feel like he's claiming
he's definitely not.
He's Cox?
Yeah.
No,
Jabril Cox?
Yeah, I'm talking about Kelvin Joseph. I mean, this is
why do I got to claim with he went to Kentucky?
With LSU too.
He went to LSU.
Once you're a Tiger, aren't you always a Tiger?
Yeah,
they put him out of the.
But I mean, once you're a Tiger, aren't you always a Tiger? How does that work?
You can get your Tiger card taken. All right, when they move you on up out of there.
So is Les Miles? You took his card too?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't know what Les Miles got going on.
I'm just trying to understand. Is he a Tiger? You pull his? I mean, if you pull it,
I'm talking about players.
Yeah, you know what?
Actually, I'm lying. You know what? That ain't right because Tyrann Mathieu is a LSU Tiger and will always be a LSU Tiger. So, but Joseph ain't Tyrann Mathieu. You got to earn that back. We taking the guy. We taking the guy that.
I'm telling you, man.
You know,
like you said,
my man on the all-decade
everything, man.
My man on the all-decade team. How we gonna keep him out of LSU?
This is what it was like dealing with Keyshawn. This right here. This is just like dealing with Keyshawn Johnson. The bars moving, the goal line
posts moving.
Come on, man.
Hey, shout out to Keyshawn too, man. Before I went on assignment, I seen he had his daughter, right?
Yeah.
He ended
up losing one of his children, and tough on him, but good people, man. You good people. You good people too, man.
He's like a good dude.
You guys are good people. You guys are,
Don't worry, I can't. Two sisters. We gonna do a lot of talking, bro. It's cool.
Hey, I'm good with it.
Because it's cheap. He's like, I got it.
I'm good with going two sisters.
I told you it's closed.
I'm going tonight, so I know it's not closed.
Danny McCray, Barry Church, former Dallas Cowboys safeties, Chris Beam. Who's helping Chris Beam out there? I forgot already.
It's not Will?
Is it Scott?
Scott.
Big
My boy Scott.
Scott been with the team forever. Bro.
Yeah,
Scott been here since Jimmy, right? Scott,
I think so.
I mean, or maybe he came in with Rich Dalrymple. I mean, he been here a minute. Scott been here a minute. Scott been here a minute.
Shout out to Scott.
Shout out to Scott as well, man. I'm Newy Scruggs. We will chat with you next week right here on the Players Lounge with DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!